Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is Dungeons & Dragons Adventure issue number 40. We get these dice which I think have shields in them. Have a look at those in a mo. Right, said Fred. Way of the Drunken Master, Monk. Jackie Chan vibes or what? Right, transformation. A change is as good as a rest, as they say. Especially when you are a druid who can gain the endurance of a beast by transforming into one. Love that scene in Dungeons & Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves where the woman transforms into the from the horse into the owlbear. Fantastic. Wild shape. The character class that is most well known for changing its features is the druid, and from second level upwards the wild shape class feature enables a druid to transform themselves into a beast while handily retaining their alignment, personality and intelligence, wisdom and charisma scores. Alter self. Druids aside, most spellcasters' first taste of transformative power comes once they gain the second level spell Alter Self. This transmutation spell is available to sorcerers and wizards, and its shape-changing abilities can have a profound effect on the caster. Shape changes, classic mimic. I do have a really nice printed miniature that I painted for the mimic chest. But you've also got doppelgangers and lycanthropes. So lycanthropy is not just for werewolves, it's for anything that can change shape. So like a werebear, a werebat, wererat, weredolphin if you really want to. Illusion magic, another powerful form of transformation, doesn't actually change your body at all, but those who look upon you see something quite different. So illusion. Keeping fights fun. Okay. Our combat hardened veterans reveal 5 ways the DMs can make fights more enjoyable. Let the battle commence. That is the one thing which kind of saps our combat with our DM. It becomes very laborious, especially if she throws in multiple assailants. Yeah. So keep it snappy. Mix up the objectives. Escape, save, capture, frighten. Use the environment. Vary the challenge. Characterize your baddies. General feats, part 4. Characters taking feats can boost their culinary skills, retain information for a long period of time, discover spell casting abilities, and become an expert in a skill of their choice. So, chef, that would be Gordon Ramsay. Maybe I should take that as a feat and tell everybody that from now on they've got to call me, go yes chef. Or maybe not. Keen mind. You can track time, direction and detail with uncanny precision, gaining the following benefits. Skill expert. You have honed your proficiency with particular skills, granting you the following benefits. Right, okay. So for keen mind, you increase your intelligence score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You always know which way is north. You always know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset. You can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month. You have honed your, for skill expert, you get an increase one ability score of your choice by 1 to a maximum of 20. You gain proficiency in 1 skill of your choice. Choose 1 skill in which you already have proficiency. You gain expertise with that skill, which means your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check. Ooh. That's handy. Double for any ability check you make with it. The skill you choose must be one that isn't already benefiting from a feature, such as expertise that doubles your proficiency bonus. Dungeon Delver. An adventuring life can be filled with danger and secrets. If you have taken the Dungeon Delver feat, you are highly skilled at finding hidden traps and secret doors that are a feature of many dungeons and other layers. You gain the following benefits. You have advantage on wisdom, perception, and intelligence investigation checks made to detect the presence of your secret doors. You have advantage on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. For example, if a pit trap opens beneath your feet and you must take a dexterity saving throw to avoid falling into it, you roll 2d20 when making the save and take the highest number. You have resistance to the damage dealt by traps. Nice. Travelling at a fast pace doesn't impose the normal -5 penalty to your passive wisdom perception score. So they're all handy. These two are the ones I quite like. Skill Expert and Dungeon Delver. But I can see why this would be handy as well. That, like, knowing how many hours are left of darkness or daylight. And always knowing which way is north. Combat feats. Feats can help your character master heavy weapons, learn to target spellcasters, move more efficiently, make impossible shots with bows or crossbows, or hide, even when you only have partial cover. So, cool. So as a fighter, do I look for... Skulker. Do I look for a combat feat? Mage Slayer. A character who takes this feat has practiced melee combat techniques that target spellcasters. Oh, that would be really handy with the amount of spellcasters we've started coming up against in our adventure. A character that takes this feat, Skulker, is an expert at slinking through shadows. Mobile. A character that takes this feat is exceptionally speedy and agile. You gain the following benefits. Sharpshooter. A character that has taken this feat has mastered ranged weapons and can make shots that others find impossible. And Tough. Your maximum hit point increases by an amount equal to twice your level when you gain this feat. However, you gain a level thereafter. Whenever you gain a level thereafter, your hit point maximum increases by an additional 2 points. Ooh. Your hit point maximum increases by an amount equal to twice your level. So if I take that feat, we're currently 5th level. So I gain an extra 10 points. Of hit points, and then every time I level up I gain an additional 2 points, as well as whatever I roll or take as the standard for leveling up. I like that. Combat feats part 2. Durable. Hardy and resilient. Hardy and resilient. A character who takes this feat gains the following benefits. Right, we'll not read those. Charger. When you use your action to dash and you move at least 10 feet in a straight line, immediately before choosing one of the following options, you can use a bonus action to make one melee weapon attack, shove a creature. Crossbow expert, dual wielder. What is wrong with me today? Dual wielder. Dual wielder is not somebody like who is particularly good at gardening. Dual wielder, grappler speaks for itself, and mounted combatant. Obviously, any mounts that you have, you know, whether you've got a battle bear, or is a battle bear a thing in Dungeons and Dragons? I feel it needs to be a thing. Or obviously horse mounted. Tavern brawler. Monk, way of the 4 elements. The material plane is made of the confluence of air, earth, fire, and water. Become a monk that uses these primal elements to enhance your martial arts. The Way of the Four Elements benefits. As a monk following the Way of the Four Elements, you have learned elemental attunement as a foundation technique. This gives you control over nearby elements and allows you to do everyday tasks such as lighting a fire or shaping a mound of earth. Cool. Way of the Drunken Master. Not all who wobble and sway are truly unsteady on their feet. Learn how to master your true skills through a drunkard's guise. Right, so here's the question. Okay, so how long has Dungeons and Dragons been a thing? What, early 70s? When did Jackie Chan's Way of the Drunken Master come out? Was it just called Drunken Master? Drunken Master and Drunken Master 2? When did that come out? And my question is, which came first? Drunken Master in D&D or Drunken Master with Jackie Chan's film? That's my question. Did one birth the other? You know, so if Jackie Chan's film came out before this was a thing in D&D, did that inspire it to become a thing in D&D? Or if this was a thing in D&D before Jackie Chan's film came out, did this inspire the writers to make that film, that Drunken Master film? Because it is a thing. Jackie Chan, look it up. Way of the Drunken Master benefits. While intoxication is not a requirement to perform your techniques, you are nevertheless proficient with brewer's supplies. That's nice. At higher levels, as you gain experience, you increase the potency of your actions in combat, even while appearing no less intoxicated and unsteady. Excellent. Right, and then we're into our encounter, which is the King's Favour. Encounter background. The party is being taken to the Royal Hall of King Bruenor, Battlehammer, where they hope to convince him that they're capable enough to work for the Royal Dwarf. Doing so involves the characters solving issues presented by the king and potentially showing their battle prowess against a gridlocked dwarven construct. So, beginning the encounter, the characters are brought into the Vault of Kings, a high-ceilinged chamber set above an intricate network of bridges and stone towers. One section of the vault is the throne room, which is as much a place for King Bruenor Battlehammer to meet his subjects as it is a location for ruling. When the characters enter the throne room, read the following aloud. A grand throne room stretches out before you, the 100-foot-high walls made of polished stone with carved artwork depicting the history and martial victories of the Battlehammer line. Chiselled into the floor tiles in the centre of the room is an 8x8 grid of steel-lined grooves. At the end of the room, sitting on a dais, elevated marble throne is a stout, stern-looking dwarf wearing royal vestments. He gives a slight nod to you before saying, "I am King Bruenor Battlehammer. Your reputation precedes you, adventurers, but I am not one who takes tales of valour at face value. You will have to prove to me that your reputation is well earned." Cool. So what are we doing? Matters to discuss, conflict resolution. So impressing the king, King's Favour, matters to discuss. There are 3 groups of dwarves, each with a unique problem to solve. Inheritance. One of the groups is the Turnstile Triplets, named Brina, Newline and Persile. Due to interpersonal conflicts, the sisters haven't been close in years, but the death of their mother has recently forced them together. Their mother, Talyn Turnstile, was a talented smith who forged incredible weapons. Most of her weapons have been lost to the depths of the Underdark, as adventurers would take them along on their journeys and then be killed in the subterranean tunnels. Only one item remains, Talyn's weapon collection, a great axe called Fate Cleaver. Each sister believes they should be the one who inherits the great axe. It is up to the characters to decide which sister should have the axe. Feuding guards, Malo Belrock and Edrian Paleridge, are both respected members of King Bruenor's personal guard. They also hate each other as they are constantly at odds about who between them is the strongest, and their animosity is causing tension in their regiment. The characters are charged with settling the differences between the dwarves, ending their feud. And then, plagued by nightmares, 2 dwarves step forward, each holding onto an arm of a male dwarf who is shaking all over. His eyes are distant and he is whimpering under his breath. The dwarf in question is Telvin Murkstone, and he's led forward by his 2 children, Alice and Fel, a female and male dwarf respectively. Telvin is suffering nightmares for several weeks, making him somewhat delusional in his waking hours as he claims to be seeing things and that ghosts are following him. The siblings are in disagreement as to what is wrong with their father. Alice believes that he is ill, but any healer that they have gone to says there's nothing wrong with Telvin. She suggests sending him to see healers on the surface as they might know more about what is going on. Fel disagrees with his sister, mainly because getting their father to that sort of treatment is expensive, and the Murkstone family has little in the way of coin. Besides, Telvin has made it clear several times that he doesn't want his children worrying about him. Fel believes that the nightmares are simply consequence of the anniversary of their mother's death, which occurred a few years before, as they started around that date after Telvin had gone to a tavern to drink to the memory of his late wife. Okay. King's decision, the Gridlock Arena. As a last-ditch effort to impress the king, the characters are directed towards the 8x8 grid in the centre of the room. Read the following. A whirring of grinding gears sings out as the metal-covered grid in the floor, the centre tiles briefly slide away and a metallic serpent slithers out of the floor in the centre of the grid. It moves jaggedly, its body affixed to the steel inlaid grooves on the floor. The characters are tasked with fighting and defeating an iron cobra called the Gridlock Guardian. The only rule is that the characters must remain within the grid of 8 5-foot squares throughout the fight, as the cobra is unable to leave the grid. The character can step off at any time, but in doing so, they are withdrawing from the fight. Okay, there we go. So, commoner stat blocks for some of the characters. Goggles of Night. Oh, these would be handy. NVGs. And then we have our Iron Cobra. So, yeah, that sounds like a really good adventure, actually. Something slightly different. Come down. Let us have a quick sticky beak at these. They are lovely colours, actually. So yeah, they've got tiny little shields in them. Let's see if I can. So I don't know if you can see. They got little shields in them with a. I don't know if that's a star. It looks like a star. 4-pointed star in there. So they all look quite nice. Right, here's the crux of the matter. What is 16? I've had a 16, a 15 and a 3. Another 16. This is a 1. That's disappointing. Oh, that's another 1. That's a 14. That's a 4. 17. 14. 1. Yeah, we're not using this. Not if it's going to keep chucking out that many ones. Another 1. Another one. No, we're not using you. Nice dice though. In all honesty, all of these dice that have had like things in them, we've had the dagger and we've had the axe. All of those have rolled funny, and I don't use them. I might give them to people I don't like. Would that be mean? But yeah, there you go. That's the dice. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.